Hey everybody, Jordan from Pianote here. This lesson is on chord extensions. Chord extensions are one of those things that sound really complicated, but they're actually not. So I'm just going to show you what people mean when they say play a ninth, play a 13th, play an 11th. What does that kind of terminology mean? It's way simpler than you think. So we're just going to go back to our basic C major home bass. And you remember that not only do we have names for each of these notes, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, but we also have numbers for each of these notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8 is our octave note. So you can look at all the intervals within this octave range, and you can kind of get a sense for the logic of how we build our chord extensions. So we have, there's our third interval, there's a fifth, there's a major seventh, there's a dominant 7 or a minor 7 or a flat 7, whatever you want to call it. Here's our octave, and if we want to play a ninth, for instance, really all a ninth is one note above the eighth, which is the octave, so that seems simple enough. So really, here's our ninth interval up top. It's actually a D, which is really just the second interval, but an octave higher. So there's our ninth. Our 10th is just a major third, but an octave higher. And then you have a note like an 11th, which is really just a fourth, but an octave higher. And then you have another common one, which is a 13th, which is a sixth, an octave higher. You remember how we build most chords, just the sort of basic structure that most chords tend to follow is we sort of stack them in thirds. So we have our basic triad here, and then we have, here's just a dominant 7 chord. So we're actually putting a minor third above our fifth interval here. And then if you want to make a ninth, you really are just adding another third on top of this 7 here. So now we have kind of a dominant 7 add 9 chord here. And we can continue just stacking thirds up the scale here. So we have our ninth, there's our 13th, or pardon me, there's our 11th, and then we have our 13th, which is just a third above our 11th here. And the reason why we don't go any higher than a 13th is because actually you'll notice that when we do a third above this here, we're actually back on our just sort of root basic triad here. So that's just a simple terminology tip that you can use now when you're listening to music or when you're hearing crazy chords or someone's telling you about this chord chart that's got a flat 13th. Now you have a little more of an idea of what exactly they're talking about when they say flat 13th or sharp 11th. It's a lot simpler than it first sounds. It's really just take a familiar note and move it up an octave. And that's kind of the gist of all these chord extensions. So if you want to learn anything else about chord extensions, about songwriting, about improvising, check us out at pianote.com. We have tons of lessons there for you. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you there.